All right, guys, we're back for the end of Miss Daisy is Crazy. Chapter 11, We Rule the School. Finally, the big moment arrived. It was Andrea Young, of course, who read the 1,000,000th page. We all cheered when Miss Daisy went out in the hallway and filled in the top of the thermometer all the way up to the words 1,000,000. That Friday night, everybody in the whole school showed up at school. Can you believe it? I actually couldn't wait to get to school on the weekend. When we got there, a big banner was hanging over the front door that said, "We read 1,000,000 pages." Principal Klutz was waiting for us. He was wearing a gorilla suit, just like he promised. Inside, there was a table of snacks and treats and juice. Miss Daisy had brought in bonbons. But best of all, the gym was filled wall to wall with video games. I had never seen so many video games in my life. Families had brought in lots of TV sets, game systems, and games, and lined them up all around the gym. We could play all we wanted, and the only rule was you had to take turns. For the kids who didn't like video games, there were tables of board games set up in the middle of the gym. I think they're called board games because you get so bored playing them. I played just about every video game in the gym. After a few hours of staring into screens, I had a splitting headache. My hands hurt, and I thought my eyes were going to fall out of my head. It was the greatest night of my life. Chapter 12. Poor Miss Daisy. Let's see how it ends. Monday at school, we had social studies. Miss Daisy said she was really sorry, but she didn't know anything at all about social studies and that we would have to help her. I don't even know the name of the first president of the United States, she told us. You don't? We all said. I haven't a clue. It was... Do you know who it was? It was George Washington, we all shouted. Really? Miss Daisy said with a wink. Never heard of him. I was beginning to suspect that Miss Daisy might have just been pretending that she didn't know anything all along. One day, I caught her looking at a piece of paper, and her eyes were moving back and forth like she was watching a ping-pong game. Hey, you're reading, I said. I am not, she insisted. You know I can't read. Then how come your eyes are moving back and forth like you're watching a ping-pong game? I was just thinking about this great ping-pong game I saw once, she replied. It was great. You should have been there. Maybe she was joking, and maybe she wasn't. You can never tell with crazy Miss Daisy. If it turns out that Miss Daisy really doesn't know anything, I feel a little sorry for her. The kids in her school had read 1,000,000 pages, and she couldn't read one page. The kids in her class knew how to spell and do arithmetic and social studies. She hardly knew anything at all. Don't feel bad, Miss Daisy, I told her. We'll teach you reading, writing, and arithmetic, and we won't tell Principal Klutz how dumb you are. She gave me a big hug. It will be hard work teaching Miss Daisy everything she doesn't know. I think that by the end of the year, if the whole class works together, we might just bring her up to second grade level. But it won't be easy. The end. I hope you enjoyed. Miss Daisy is Crazy. I had a lot of fun reading it to you.